Evening, folks. How is everyone doing? It is 11:15 in the PM. I have to use my old camera today. I didn't just get out of the shower because it's damn near 11:30. Oops, sorry. Trying to adjust. I'm using the old camera today just because I found that the batteries were dead in my new camera. I need rechargeables. Bad. I lathered up some Palmolive stick that I have ground, or grated, pardon me, into a bowl. And it's a little on the wet side, but it certainly will do. My hot toweled, if you can't see behind me, for about 2 minutes with some Noxema. But I do really want to lather the hell out of my face. Now, as you can see, this stuff is just, ridiculously thick and creamy, even when you've watered it up too much. Sorry, I had a few. It's been a good day. We're going to try the 1924 again. I just finished watching Pearl Jam 20, or PJ 20, if you want to search for it on Netflix. It is very good, provided you're 30 plus or minus 5. Come up a little more. Pull a geo. We'll clear the runways there a bit. I do want a little more cream near them. There we go. If I could see it on my left eye well, I would, I think that'd be alright. Let's roll. We're going to try and do this entire shape with the 1924. Because honestly, the last shave that I posted went really well, so why the hell not? And this thing is so head heavy. It's really a thing of beauty. Because I mean, truly, the razor does all the work. except when your fingers are slippery, and you're also quite slippery. So I suppose a drunk shave wasn't the best idea I ever had, but I didn't actually intend to be drunk. I just wanted things to settle down around the home a little more. I'm doing far more around the house than I ever have. And frankly, if your wife's a housewife and you guys don't really distribute things the way I guess dual working couples do, please give your wife a hug and a kiss and tell her I don't know how you do it. Because that's kind of... Sorry. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to walk in her shadows, as it were, and I'm doing a fairly lousy job. I really, truly appreciate everything that she does. I've got laundry going right now, the dishwasher's running. I made lunch and dinner. I would have made breakfast, but we had to cheat because while we were in the hospital, some of our stuff perished. Excuse me. It happens. Now, I'm not... Holy crap, I had a lot of shaving cream behind my ear. I'm not gonna start uploading this, kind of like the last one. There's gonna be a lag, although I hope certainly hope it's less than 2 days. Excuse me. Because my dad said he would call me when he got home from work tonight on Skype, and I don't want to have all of my bandwidth tied up in uploading. So I hope you understand and bear in mind that fact. I'm separated from my family by a good 5,000-6,000 miles, and I kind of miss them. So like I had said, I watched Pearl Jam 20, and it was just phenomenal. You know, I know 10, I know Verses, I know, shit, what was the one between that and No Code called? I want to say it was called Mirror Ball, but I don't think that was it. Vitology. And then Mirror Ball. And then No Code and Yield, etc. So good. Such a prolific band. Just some guys who really fit in with each other. Regardless of their... And you'll have to forgive me because I did just see the movie, so I'm going to borrow this bit of metaphor. Their spinal tapness with drummers. That one's not their fault. They didn't spontaneously combust. They didn't choke on vomit. It's just they had some guys that were incredibly gifted drummers, but weren't willing to or couldn't necessarily handle being touring musicians. I've never been a pro drummer in a huge band, so I don't know if you can walk through the mall or not. But I imagine a guy like Chad Smith or Matt Cameron Fuck, it's been 10 minutes. Could go most places without too much trouble. However, touring constantly, different city every night, all over the world, it's gotta be rough. I couldn't imagine how much that would actually suck. Not as a musician, but as a guy who loves his family. That angle's not quite right, but it's not razor burn yet. Next pass maybe. Let's see, what else is going on? Went to some appointments today. Thomas is back to his birth weight, which is kind of cool, because babies will lose a bunch of weight in the first couple of days, just because they're usually not real great at feeding. Not the case with mine. He will take to a boob like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, he's back up to his birth weight. That's cool. This was he's 5 days old now. Actually, he's exactly 5 days old now, because it is 11:28 p.m. And it took, it's probably not fair compare kids, but Kat took a lot longer to come back up to her birth weight because she wasn't dealing real well with breastfeeding. So, that's the family update. I actually don't remember doing that part last time. That could be the I've had 9 beers part. Meh. I guess if you're drunk, the razor burn doesn't hurt. And really, it's not that I intended to display my irresponsibility to all of you. It just kind of happened. I made a small turkey, well, small-ish turkey breast of like 5 pounds in the oven tonight, and decided to crack open a beer. And then, because it is Sam Adams Winter Lager, which is great stuff, they started going down like that, and I just kept having more. And next thing you know, it's Yeah, it's 11:31. I don't think I'm gonna do touch-ups tonight. Honestly, I don't really trust myself. I don't think it's a good idea. We'll see. Once I get there, I might change my mind. But I think I just want to do 3 passes and call it good to squeeze in a shave today. I went to the BX today to buy a bigger memory card for my camera, my new one. They want 75 bucks for a class 10 32 gig card. And as of, when is it, December 4th or 5th? I think it's the 5th. 2011. Pardon me. You can get one for about 40 bucks on Newegg of the same specification. So, Afies, kiss my ass. Hope you find a big bowl of dicks to choke on. Of course, I'm probably not gonna post this now. Nah. Screw it. Really, what, am I going to piss off somebody that works at Afies? It's not their fault. And if you can't make that distinction, then really, you probably shouldn't work for them. I don't know exactly how I feel about working for a company whose practices you can't stomach. It's kind of like being a guy that shuts people's electricity off. Why in the hell would anybody take that job? I mean, I know debts have to be paid, but this is a very unique time in America. Where people that have never had problems paying their bills before have problems paying their bills because their houses have been foreclosed upon or other various things. And it's not just America, so please don't take it as me just being, oh, what was America? I know for a fact that shit's happening in England. It's happening all over the world, especially in places like Greece and Ireland, Portugal, Spain. Probably gonna be the UK even more hardcore soon if they don't get their shit together. I suppose I'd like to live in a country, before I go back to the States, that economically has their head on right. Which means that they'll probably have their head on right in terms of foreign policy. Not necessarily like as a grab bag, but in the balance of isolationist versus crap. Expansionalist. I don't necessarily think that you always have to be expansionalist. Excuse me. There comes a time when you have to pull back on the reins, so to speak, and kind of excuse me, sorry. Christ, only 5 minutes left. Better hurry the hell up, huh? There should be a time when you pull back the reins and let things roll, you know? Okay, so I need to learn that you can't really buff from the fingers with one of these. The angle is that sensitive that you really have to buff from the wrist. And, yeah. Now I'm probably going to have a weeper right about here. I just kind of felt it. Maybe not. I will let you know next time I shave how my mustache felt. Well, how the shave was overall, irritation-wise. Because if I want to be honest with you good folks, I'm not going to know how good this shave was in the moment, irritation-wise. I'm not even going to bother with that. Let me, it's just asking to cut some shit. Let me throw a little, new lather on. We'll just finish this up with the injector because it's the first thing I grabbed. Huh? It wasn't here. It was there. Oh well, things happen. Let me get a quick rinse, get some alum. Gonna use the L'Oreal again. That stuff is really good, or at least for me. Steve, it's probably up your alley. It's fairly thick, which is just quite nice, to be honest. Like I know that you have the L'Occitane bow, and I've got the Charlie. Since I told can't remember your name, I'm really sorry, but I said I'd call it Charlie. Aftershave balm. Yours is much thicker than mine, but yours is also shea butter based. Alum block. There's a mild sting on the mustache. It's not too bad other places. It's actually pretty good all around, except right about here. You know, where I'm bleeding. Let me rinse off quick. That's fairly good. As you can see, I'm in my, well, I wouldn't really call it a sweater, but I wouldn't call it a sweatshirt either. Fairly wet. What other lather? Oh, it was Palmolive stick today. I've still got enough in my brush for two-ish more passes again, and a little, just a hair in the bowl. But it was a really good lather, trust me. Or at least it felt really good. Throw some of this on. I use about that much. But that's from Forehead to Adam's Apple.
As I was saying, that's from Forehead to Adam's Apple. The stuff works really well. I got a really, really good shave. I've just been downstairs long enough to copy the files off my old camera, excuse me, to my computer and watch the last minute of video. Pretty good. There's a little bit in this pocket here, kind of like it wrinkles in a bit because it sticks out further here and it sticks out further on the jawbone. There's a little bit here. Those are pretty good. A little bit right above my Adam's apple. And then a little bit, whoops, right here between the jawline and the neck. Outside of that, by golly, that was a really good shave. I stopped bleeding. I just smeared a little bit of alum on my mustache. And that cleared up. So, yeah, that's that. Steve, I think you'd really like that stuff. It's about £5 at Waitrose. It's not bad. If you'd like, I have some Trumpers sample containers left. They're probably 5 milliliters or so, or 5 grams, due to the metric system. I can send them to you, or send one to you if you would like to try them. I don't really want to send it to a lot of guys, but I wouldn't mind sending it to Steve because it only costs me nothing to send it to him. Or even Oscroft. I don't know if you're in our Facebook group or not, but on B&B, Oscroft also lives in Liverpool. I'd be willing to send it to anybody that lives in the UK. One dude that makes videos. That's kind of the stipulation. And let me know what you think of it. I think it's pretty good stuff, especially for the price, because the L'Occitane Charlie, or Cod, is really good, but it's pretty pricey. So, I think the Men Expert and Nivea Sensitive, or whichever Nivea works best for you and you like the most, is probably a better deal. But this L'Oreal stuff really, really soothes and moisturizes just a little bit better than Nivea for not a whole lot more money. It's good stuff. It makes my face feel great. And on that note, I will catch you gentlemen tomorrow evening. Take care. We'll see you then. Bye.